Today, I want to talk about how to get children to tell about their day. Raising great kids is a privilege and a responsibility. Sometimes our children can't see their own greatness. Sometimes we can't. Other times we can see their greatness but struggle to step up because of our own challenges. We will be discussing the brain science, tools, and techniques that help us raise great kids. Hi, I'm Cynthia Armstrong. I'm a special and general education teacher, and I homeschooled my children for 5 years. I've been doing a lot of research and studying and trying an application of these ideas to find what works for children. And so what I share are those things that I have learned or come across that really makes a difference. So today I want to talk about one of the things I get asked a lot as a teacher, and that is, what did my child do? My child won't tell me what they did. They just give me, it was good, it was okay, yeah, and just these blanket, generic, didn't tell us anything statements. And so then they come to me and guess what? Teachers don't have time to do 27, 29 little notes home for all the parents. So this is an attempt to help myself and to help you at the same time. So when children are having conversations, when we want them to have conversations with us, there are a couple of things we can do to encourage that. Probably the number one thing is to consider how we respond to children. And is that a way that invites them um, to have a conversation with us? Is it a safe place for us to have a conversation? So oftentimes we can react to what our children say in a way that shuts them down, where it's like, "Oop, don't want to do that again." And so really take a look at that. And we can be thinking we're being supportive or helpful when really it's not. So when we're asking our children about the day, we just want to be seeking information. We don't want to solve problems. We don't want to tell them, well, this is how you should have done it. We don't want to do anything but be open to the information our children are bringing in. Because when we either come with judgment, oh, well, this is how you can do that better, or oh, that child shouldn't have done that or said that. Oh no, I've got to go be all, got to go talk to the teacher, and we've got to go, then that invites our children not to feel safe in talking to us. And I'm going to put that caveat on there. That doesn't mean we're not going to go talk to the teacher, or we're not going to do those things that will help or support our child. But when we're having this conversation, when we're seeking information on the day, that's all we're doing. And we're going to take that information and then we are going to decide later, not right then in the moment. Right then in the moment, we're simply present with our child and taking in that information. And then we're going to use that information to later respond in a beneficial way. Because if we do a reaction response, they tell us, and right in that moment we go, oh no, and we're not present with our child anymore. We're solving problems, we're looking into the future. And so don't do it in that moment. But again, we're not leaving our children high and dry. We are going to do, if something big comes up, they're being bullied at school, or some of these difficult things are happening, definitely we're going to address them, but not when we're seeking information on the day. And that will allow our children to have a space to become aware of their own feelings, to become aware of their own learning. When we give them that space, they get to learn. They get to process through in just talking to us some of the things on the day. And so really be aware of not reacting to anything our children say, but just seeking that information. And it's okay to ask a seeking information question if we are in our mental space and state where we can accept that information in and aren't asking that question to find blame or judgment or any of those things. So, where we are is really important when we're having these conversations with our children. And then that also brings me to a second point, and that is when we talk to our children. Now, every child is different, and when is the best time will be different for children. For some children, they're going to come off school and you can ask them about the day, and when we leave them that space, they're going to start giving us that information. For other people, for other children, it's like, that's too much right now. I'm still got some things going on in my head from school or whatever, and they're not ready. So, dinner time conversations are huge. I really recommend dinner time conversations. So that might be a good time, or even kind of a tuck in routine at bedtime, checking in. How was the day? They're starting to relax or calm down, and they're more able or in their heads. When I say able, obviously they're able to talk at any time, but I'm talking about maybe where they're at and their ability to recall and to really think to answer your questions. So when you know your child, that will really help with having these conversations. And um, so how you leave space for your child, when you talk to your child, and then kind of like what questions you ask your child. Uh, Again, all questions can be asked in different ways. The same words can be asked in different ways. So again, we're information gathering. So we could ask, what was something new you learned today? So it's very specific. It's not, oh, what did you do today? Or what did you learn today? What's just one thing? I just need one thing that new that you learned today. So being more specific can help children to ask. And sometimes they might go, nothing, 'cause you get those children out there. And so be ready to just give them a little bit of space, but we can ask other questions. What is something fun that you did today? Or if you're trying to do the life learning, what is something you decided to do that was kind? So this is a kind of beginning to help children to be self-aware. And if we talk about some of the things that we want to ask about before, like, uh, if we talk about even ourselves, somebody did this, and I really had this instant anger reaction. Somebody cut me off in traffic, and I really wanted to just at that person, but I took a breath and I said, I am putting thoughts out that they have a great day and that whatever emergency they could possibly be having will resolve. So, it was a decision I made. And so, like, if we're talking about ourselves, previous, so we can show them how those thoughts go and presenting that information goes, that's really helpful. So there would be some pre-teaching or pre-examples. Um, Again, not just before you ask the questions, but in days earlier or times earlier, and then being able to say, well, what was something you decided that was kind? That I decided not to react angry or not to shut down. The teacher made a comment that was just giving me information, but I felt like, and then I said, oh no, I'm still cool, and chose to try again. When we offer those opportunities like that, wow, I mean, how much learning and teaching can go into allowing our children to consider some of these thoughts and some of these questions. So be a little more specific than in, how was your day? We can say, was that a fun activity for you? What made it that way or not that way? So that we're helping them to notice and see in themselves, and just being open to allow them to respond in any way without our judgments, without our this is how you should feel about it responses. And that can be in facial expressions as well as words. So uh, enjoy your children, the upcoming school year. Enjoy kind of experimenting with some of these ideas to see how that can help you to find out more about your child and about their day. So children are great by their very natures, and we have that privilege and that responsibility to raise them. I will see you in the next episode. Hi friends, Cynthia Armstrong here. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can see when new videos come out, and like this one. It is such a responsibility and a challenge to raise great kids, and we are here to help you along that journey to make it as enjoyable and fun and fulfilling as possible. Please check out our website, www.raisinggreatkids.net, and I will leave that in the description below.